Hi, guys. So today we're going to read a story. I've already recorded this once and I found out that I made too many comments. The video was a little bit too large to upload to the program. So we're going to do this book kind of straight through with not a lot of comments. I'm not going to show you too many of the pictures because that takes up time. But we're going to be reading this book called Baby Otter. Okay, it is a children's book. I explained before. It is nonfiction though, so there's a lot of information in it. And we're going to be taking our first AR test on this on Friday. So I'm going to kind of pay attention to some of the details, especially the questions that I ask. So let's start the book. Baby Otter. Whoosh! What was that? A river otter popped out of the water. It climbed up into a tunnel under some tree roots. River otters are fast and shy. They mostly come out at night. North American river otters live in America and Canada. They make their homes near marshes, rivers, and streams. Otters use dens made by beavers or other animals who've moved out. Let's see if I can do it this way so you guys can see some of the pictures. This female otter crawls through a tight tunnel into her roomy den. The den is dark so she can sleep during the daytime. She has lined the den with dry leaves to make it cozy during the cold winter. Now that it is almost spring, she's about to have babies. The mother otter has given birth to 3 tiny otter cubs. They are hairless, blind, and only about 4 inches long. You could fit one in your hand. Their mother cuddles them to keep them warm. They will drink only their mother's milk for now, but mostly they sleep a lot. Sweet dreams, baby otters. As the baby otters grow, they play with their mother and with one another. River otters play more than most wild animals. Otter cubs love to wrestle. They tumble and roll around their den. They climb and crawl all over their mother. She swats them gently if they get too rough. A few times a week, the mother otter leaves the den to get food for herself. She does not go far. She squeaks loudly to tell her cubs that she's nearby. The cubs are curious about what is outside of the den. They peek out the hole at the end of the tunnel to see the sky and the river. They sniff the air outside, but they do not leave yet. 2 months have passed since the baby otters were born. Now it is springtime. The cubs are twice as big. They can see and hear, and they have short black fur. The mother otter leads her cubs out of the den. Everything the baby otters see is strange and new to them. They're afraid to leave home. Their mother chirps softly to tell them they are safe. The baby otters follow their mother onto the riverbank. They wobble on their short legs until they get used to walking. Soon they are off and running. The otter cubs like to explore, but they are also hungry. They find insects and worms for their first big meal. The cubs will have to learn to swim before they can catch fish. It is time for swim lessons. Zip! Their mother otter slides down the bank to show her cubs how to get into the water. She's so sleek that she barely makes a ripple when she dives into the water. Otters are great swimmers, but the baby otters do not know this yet. They are afraid of the swirling cold water. They huddle on the bank and watch their mother. The mother otter calls to her cubs to come in, but they do not move. She climbs back up the bank and pushes them with her nose. Splash! One cub falls into the river. The next one slides in the mud. The last cub still will not go. The mother pushes it gently into the water. The baby otters are swimming. Otters are made for the water. They close their ears and nose to keep the water out. They steer with their long tails and paddle with their back feet. Their thick fur keeps them warm. At first, the baby otters float and follow their mother. The shy otter cub rides on his mother's back. They're getting used to being in the water today. Uh-oh, the mother otter sees a coyote watching her babies from across the river. Coyotes, bobcats, foxes, large birds, and alligators will hurt baby otters if the babies are left alone. The mother otter whistles to tell her babies that danger is near. The otter family swims quickly back to the tunnel. They scamper inside their den where they will be safe. Back inside the den, the mother otter shows the cubs how to clean their fur. River otters have thick fur that is waterproof and keeps their skin dry and warm. The baby otters use their webbed front paws to comb through their fur. Then the otter family rests. The cubs have had a big first day outside. The next day, the otters practice swimming again. After a few more days, the cubs are ready to dive. Their mother tosses a shell in the air with her nose. It falls into the water. The cubs dive down to the river bottom to get the shell. Zoom! They twist and twirl under the water. They swim upside down and flip all around. Otters love to play. While they are still babies, the cubs eat food that their mother catches for them. They eat frogs, turtles, snakes, clams, crayfish, small birds, and lots of fish. Today, the mother otter finds their favorite snack, a crayfish. Crunch! She cracks open the crayfish and lets her cubs have a few small bites. Then they clean their faces and whiskers in the grass. A few months later, the baby otters try hunting on their own. One of the otter cubs swims to the bottom of the river. She uses her whiskers to feel for food in the muddy water. Snap! A crab tries to bite the otter when she comes close. The baby otter is surprised. The crab moves away fast. Better luck next time. All summer, the otter cubs learn to swim and find food. Now it is winter time again. The cubs help their mother close up the opening to the tunnel in the riverbank. This keeps their den warm. They use their front claws to dig another tunnel that comes out below water. They need to find food after the river is covered in ice. Otters swim under the ice. They can hold their breath for up to 8 minutes. When spring comes again, the otter cubs are grown up. They're 3 to 4 feet long and weigh up to 30 pounds. That is about the size of a small dog, with a very long tail. Their black fur has turned dark reddish brown all over, and silver on their faces and chests. It's time for them to leave home. They're ready to find mates, and their mother is ready to have more babies. River otters are becoming rare in many places. Humans are their only threat. Otters are hunted for their fur, but that is illegal in many places. River otters are running out of space to live and swim in. Forests are being cut down, and rivers are polluted. You can help keep rivers clean. We want river otters to have a place to live for a long time. Many zoos and aquariums keep river otters in large tanks so you can watch them playing. This helps people learn more about these animals and gives injured otters a place to live. Pairs of otters play together and show that they love each other. They roll and cuddle in the water. Sometimes they give each other gentle love bites on the neck. Silly river otters. North American river otters have cousins all over the world. European otters look the same, but live in Europe and Asia. Their favorite food is slippery European eels. Yuck. African clawless otters live mostly in South and Central Africa. Their paws look like fingers, but they do not have claws. An African otter can catch an octopus in its mouth and crush it with large, sharp teeth. Giant otters live only in the rainforests of South America. They grow up to 6 feet long, twice as big as river otters. They have wide, flat tails to help them swim very fast. Unlike other river otters, giant otters live in groups. The parents, baby otters, and younger adults all stay together in one den. They are one big, happy family. Sea otters spend almost all of their lives in the ocean. They eat, sleep, and play together in very large groups. Sea otters can dive as much as 100 feet down to find food. This mother sea otter floats on a bed of kelp. When she eats, she uses her belly like a dinner table. She holds her new baby on her tummy while they rest. What a comfy way to sleep. All otters love to play. They twirl underwater, slip in the mud, and slide in the snow. Do you like to have fun like a baby otter? The end. So I hope you enjoyed the story. I hope you're okay with answering the questions, and we'll talk about it more during class time. See you later.